The Man with Two Faces, The Mysterious Signal from a Ghost Ship, and A Prophetic Dream About One's Own Death. These aren't just scary stories, they are filled with mystery, and most importantly, they are real. Get ready, because after reading these tales, you'll realize that the horrors depicted in movies are nothing compared to the chilling truths of real life. These mysteries will make you think twice and might even send shivers down your spine in the dark of night. Edward Mordrake is a legendary figure often associated with horror and the supernatural. According to popular folklore, Edward Mordrake was a 19th century English nobleman who was afflicted with a rare medical condition. He had a second face on the back of his head. This second face, often described as a demon face, was said to be malevolent, whispering terrible things to Edward and causing him great distress. The legend claims that the second face could not eat or speak aloud, but would sneer, laugh, or cry while Edward was trying to sleep, driving him to madness. Edward supposedly begged doctors to remove the second face, but no one dared to attempt the surgery. In the end, unable to endure the torment any longer, Edward Mordrake is said to have taken his own life at a young age, leaving behind a tale of tragedy and horror that has intrigued and terrified people for generations. While the story of Edward Mordrake has become a staple of horror anthologies, TV shows, and internet lore, there is no historical evidence to prove that he ever actually existed. It is widely regarded as a combination of medical speculation and gothic fiction, blending the fascination with rare medical conditions with the eerie elements of a ghost story. The story of the SS Orang Medan is one of the most famous and strange maritime mysteries in the world. According to legend, around 1947 or 1948, several ships navigating near the Malacca Strait received a distress signal from the Dutch freighter SS Orang Medan. The signal contained chilling pleas for help. All officers, including the captain, are dead, lying in chart room and on bridge, possibly whole crew dead. This was followed by incoherent Morse code signals, and finally a short, haunting message, "I die." An American rescue ship, the Silver Star, quickly identified the location of the SS Orang Medan and arrived to assist. When they boarded the ship, they were met with a horrifying scene. The entire crew had died, their bodies scattered across the deck and various compartments, eyes wide open, staring at the sky with faces frozen in terror. Even a dog on board had died with its fangs bared. Strangely, there were no visible signs of injuries or conflict on the ship. The rescue team from the Silver Star decided to tow the SS Orang Medan back to port for further investigation. However, shortly afterward, a fire broke out below deck, forcing them to quickly abandon the Orang Medan. Just minutes later, the ship exploded and sank to the bottom of the sea, taking all evidence and its mysteries with it. To this day, the story of the SS Orang Medan remains full of unanswered questions. Several theories have been proposed, including that the ship was carrying some type of hazardous chemical, or that the crew may have been exposed to a chemical weapon or toxic gas. However, no concrete evidence has been found to confirm or refute these theories, making the case of the SS Orang Medan one of the greatest maritime mysteries in history. There is a famous story about President Abraham Lincoln related to a prophetic dream about his own death. According to records by Ward Hill Lamon, a close friend and bodyguard of Lincoln, President Lincoln shared this dream a few days before he was assassinated. In that dream, Lincoln said he was wandering through the White House and came across a funeral. He heard weeping and saw a covered corpse lying in the East Room. Lincoln asked one of the guards standing nearby who had died. The guard replied, "The president. He was assassinated." This dream is said to have made Lincoln very anxious, though he wasn't sure what it meant. Some people believe Lincoln had the ability to foresee his own death through this dream, while others think it was just a coincidence. Regardless, the story of Lincoln's dream has become a part of the mysterious lore surrounding him, especially given that he was assassinated just a few days later, on April 14, 1865, at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C.